Toni, hello. You're Senior Lecturer in Environmental Engineering. Can you tell me a little bit about your research area and how you got into it?
I guess I originally was looking at the waste management industry in terms of health and safety, and I realised that one of the major issues was the air quality in and around waste management, in particular airborne microorganisms, which are known as bioaerosols. In the late 90s in Denmark, that was quite an issue, and I guess my research developed from there because it wasn't being done in this country at all. And it kind of snowballed because the Environment Agency got involved, the Health and Safety Executive. We started measuring the hand sorting of waste materials in recycling plants. And I guess everything snowballed from there, because once we realised it could be an occupational issue, then we started thinking, well, what happens when these bioaerosols spread to the environment? Because before recycling, if you like, waste was enclosed in a landfill site. And we changed all that with recycling. We brought it into recycling plants, we started hand sorting it, we started categorising it, and that meant that basically people were brought into direct contact with the materials when they hadn't been before. So that's really how it developed. Then we started looking into the treatment of organic materials, in particular composting. And when that material was agitated, the bioaerosols spread downwind, so then I started measuring them.
So what kind of things are these bioaerosols and why are they dangerous?
Bioaerosols are really a mix, particularly from something dirty like a waste site. I always describe myself as a dirty microbiologist. So it could be bacteria, it could be fungi, it could be pollen, but it can also be the components of the microorganism that are hazardous. In particular, there's something called gram-negative bacteria, and in the cell wall of that is something called endotoxin, and that is hazardous to human health. It can cause inflammation in the lungs. So we measure that too, and we're a specialist lab for doing that. Not many labs can do that at the moment.
So how do you collect them? What do they look like and what do you do with them?
In essence, we vacuum them up onto filters or onto agar plates. We grow them in the labs. We're interested in viable microorganisms because they can cause infection in the human lung, but we're also interested in those that have died because they can contain components that still have respiratory sensitising potential. So, for instance, there's something called endotoxin that can cause inflammation in the lungs. So we measure that as well, usually onto filters or into liquid. But it's the same type of process. We basically suck them out of the air, catch them, and then go through some stuff in the laboratory to grow them up.
Clearly your research concerns public health and safety, so how does it kind of feed into government policy making, that type of activity?
There's something like 400-ish organic waste treatment sites in the country, and that can involve compost sites, mechanical biological treatment, in vessel sites. There's a whole range of sites that have to measure their bioaerosol emissions by law because it's in their site permits. And the way that they have to do it is partly dependent on some of the work that we have done here at the OU. In particular, we've tested equipment for the Environment Agency, we've looked at target microorganisms, and we still are, and that's evolving and developing all of the time. And because of the work we've done, that has impacted on policy that the Environment Agency have published.
So that's your research. How does that then feed into the teaching that you do at the OU?
Well, we have a range of environmental courses here at the Open University, including undergraduate environmental management and postgraduate environmental management courses, and the work that we've done directly feeds into things like environmental policy, waste management, air quality, all of those issues at both undergraduate and postgraduate level.
What kind of people do you think would benefit from the teaching that we do around environmental research?
Well, at undergraduate level, I think it's well known that green economy jobs are growing, and that there are a huge number of careers opening up in environmental management type fields. So it could be that they want to do environmental management, it could be they want to join a regulatory agency, it could be that they want to feed into sustainability policy of their own organisation, of their own company. So I think it's a wide range of things. All of those things would benefit from the courses that we do.
Toni, thank you.
Thank you.